A defect run. No whale bonus. Sad. With no whale bonus, you know, I always like to look for an elite snipe, but not just an elite snipe, but an elite snipe that, like, leads me into a strong Act 1. So, like, if I can snipe an elite into another elite very quickly and, like, turn it into 3 or 4 elites, that's where you get value from that. Here, I mean, like, there is a small chance that I can snipe this guy, but, you know, what am I doing? I have 3 question marks, which I guess is, I suppose, why you would be able to snipe is because of the question marks, but I hate question marks, and that's why I hate the sniping elite plan. But when you have no whale bonus, it's only against max HP, and do I care about max HP? No. Not really. Not when there's a chance to snipe a super elite, and I'll find out right here if I need to pivot. And then if I do need to pivot, maybe I can salvage the act. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. It's always nice to avoid a floor 1 jawworm also, to be fair. And then here, you know, hologram, you know, I don't have anything to get with hologram. Maybe a zap if I upgrade it here. I'm going to be low on cards if I whiff here. Maybe I'll have 2 additional cards, and leap's not terribly exciting. Who's my boss? This guy. So I suppose I could take hologram and then, like, upgrade zap for something here. Instead of leap, which is just a okay block card. Alright, well. There goes that whole plan. What do we have? I mean, I love Cool-Headed. Cool-Head is an incredible card, right? You get to add some draw to your deck, and you get a Frost Orb with it, so usually pretty good, but with nothing else going on, it's dangerous going into Act 1, like such an early Act 1 elite. I have like a Swift Pot, so, you know, it really... Actually, with Swift Pot, maybe I'm tempted to take Turbo and use Swift Pot on the turn that I have Turbo. And then I have a card in my deck that, like, doesn't do anything otherwise until I, like, add some more draw. Maybe it combos with hologram occasionally, but I'm still in a place where I need to put stuff together around it, so it's a little awkward, a little suspicious to just speculate so heavily at the beginning of a run, you know? I just would love to have just a Ball Lightning Cold Snap instead of these cards. Sunder, however, is a good card. My potion chance is in the toilet. I haven't had a chance to use these. Lock potion. Does that do more than dexterity pot? I'm gonna assume that it does. Alright, so this is a hard hallway fight. which I kind of don't want to go to. Let's remove a strike. And my upgrades. I think I have 2 decent upgrades in Sunder Zap. So, like, going for an extra card here. Doesn't seem too appealing. Okay, well, we get the fight anyways. Low potion chance, but I mean, this is all the value we're gonna get out of a block pot, right? If I was about to go into the Hexagos fight, you know, I could say hold on to it until turn 2, because taking the extra damage reduces the turn 2 damage from Hexagos, but we're so far away from that, we're likely to get a potion anyways at some point. I would like to just get this guy within Sunder range, so I'm going to strike rather than zap. Alright, I mean, self-repair is just kind of a good card, right? Let's upgrade Sunder, so maybe we can get some early sentry kills. I'm looking at Swift Pot here because I want to draw Turbo. Like, Turbo Strike with it. So that I can Turbo Strike, Sunder. But I think that whiffs too often, and I'm throwing away a potion when just doing 32 damage and taking 10 is like... It's like, fine. Maybe the Lightning Orb hits him and he's in strike range next turn. Yeah, I would have whiffed. Okay. I wonder if I wasn't meant to like hit him with some strikes or whatever earlier because I was intending to Sunder him and that was overkill. I didn't exactly think that through, but whatever. Let's just get a strike here. Alright, well, 43 health. It's not terrible. How do we feel about these cards? When is Melter good? Melter is good against the baseball, which is why it's on both of the regular art and beta art. And it is slightly better than a strike. But do I need slightly better than a strike? I don't think so. Multicast is not interesting and reprograms unpickable, so. Let's upgrade this zap to get a reliable hologram target like we were discussing earlier. Ancient T sets. Does a lot more than Sapphire Key, so I'm choosing it over Sapphire Key. No. Alright, let's get that hologram turbo turn. Nope, we don't get it. What are our options next turn? I get hologram here 25% of the time. 75% of the time, excuse me. And that would put him at 21. This would put him at 15, and then he would be at 12. Which is 2 strike range. Okay. Which I think is good enough. Let's not play the zap, so we don't take extra damage. Oh, that's unfortunate. We can Blessing of the Forge here, which does upgrade self-repair and gets us out of here. I mean, I think that's very, very, very clearly the line. Frozen Egg on Defect is pretty good. Kind of unlike this stuff. No Claw, so I mean, we're not all for wanting here, right? Zap and Turbo are our targets for that, but not too interested. How's Leap? Do we want to add like an okay block card? We're just going to be frail for Act 2 most of the time, right? I'm going to skip this, but I'm not confident that you're meant to just pass on the okay block card there. Alright, let's try to get that self-repair. Yeah, we have lethal next turn. So, nice. Okay, fights. Beam Cell gives us extra Sunder damage. And I like that. I might upgrade it even, so that I can more reliably connect those two. Charge Battery, another okay block card. Helps us play Sunder sometimes. Is now the time to break mobbing? Like, I guess I'm okay with 2 hallway fights here, right? Self-repair helps. Doesn't really help. Because, going into Hexaghost 2 just scales the damage on turn 2 based on how much health you have. So... I guess the question is, have I solved Hexaghost? And I think it's very possible that I haven't. So I kind of might just need to break Mob Inc. and go into the shop and get like a good potion and upgraded power that's really strong. Like Static Discharge against Hexaghost is a solution. And then this helps us get rid of all of those debuffs at the beginning of Act 2. So I like that. Let's take the Static Discharge for Hexaghost, I think. Healing doesn't do anything against Hexaghost, right? So we're going into Hexaghost with 50 HP. I might want to reflect on like how I managed to have all this HP. I mean, I guess self-repair is the reason, and like I'm not going to complain about that. When did I add this? Do you think it gave me like 21 HP or 28 HP even? So... yeah, I don't have any regrets. I regret not having a whale bonus, but that was last run. That was from Experimental Wednesday, and you know, no Theme Thursday Screamer can't be held accountable for that. Let's get the beam cell upgraded so that it can connect with Sunder. I think that's pretty important. No Static Discharge. Unfortunate. Let's just get this out of my deck. I think all my damage is really going to come from Static Discharge. Ow. Let's take 1. We block 5. Go down to 3. This will give me to 6. I could defend hologram defend, which is 13. Minus 2 is 11, so that's 1 damage. Let's do that. 1 damage to evoke 2 orbs, I think is worth. Okay. We just reshuffled, so I don't think there's any risk to turboing, and then we'll be able to get out of here. Oh. Well, yeah. We have lethal, so. Ooh, those are upgraded powers. And I have no orbs to speak of, except for, okay. I have Static Discharge. But Echo Form. Echo Form, though, guys, is pretty incredible. I could even, like, hologram it because it's upgraded, which is, like, kind of funny. Echo Form is probably, like, the worst upgrade. Because Because, like, you get the value from it from putting it in play immediately, right? Like, what kind of deck wants to put Echo Form in play on the second shuffle, you know? The only value is, like, oh, if you draw it on a turn that's really awkward and you need to use your energy on blocking immediately, then you just can't afford to have Echo Form. But having Echo Form and then being able to double play Self Repair gets us pretty far. And with the lack of orbs, oh, you know what? We have Clockwork Souvenir. I almost didn't think about that. Oh, I want both of these. Yeah, Clockwork Souvenir definitely makes me want to take Bioscog now. It just does so little. I mean, it takes time to get the Static Discharge in play, and then I have to take damage in order for it to be useful. Whereas I could just play it twice, and then it's still useful. And is that better than having focus with it? I'm going into Act 2 where I get debuffed on turn 1 often anyways, and I have the self-repair. Oh boy. I'm reaching my maximum allotted think time though, and I'm gonna click on Echo Form. Runic Pyramid. Yeah, upgraded Echo Form with Runic Pyramid is actually kind of something, isn't it? Huh. Okay. We can hold on to Echo Form, we can get it in play easily with Turbo because of Runic Pyramid. And still Beam Cell and Sunder is so good with Runic Pyramid too. What do we have to solve still? Like, I feel like Beam Cell Sunder with Runic Pyramid solves so much already. If I can get Echo Form in play early, like, get a self-repair off, like a double self-repair off to, like, compensate for that early damage that we tank with our face in order to get Echo Form in play. Finish the fight off with a double Sunder. Maybe some fights I use Static Discharge. Can only get 3 elites by going to the super elite. And then through here, right? Can we survive this? There's not a lot of campfires. Do we have any, like, really important upgrades? Self-repair is kind of important. I suppose we could, like, start going that direction and maybe go here if we're spooked. Alright, so we won't be frail. And we'll have Echo Form in play. Do I Beam Cell now with the idea of double playing Sunder? Or do I Beam Cell next turn? Beam Cell once I have Sunder in my hand so that I can hold Sunder, double play something else that's more valuable, Beam Cell to end the turn, and then double Sunder to end. I think that's fine. And this is that damage I was talking about taking when putting Echo Form in play. So, you know, we decided not to block for 5 to get Echo Form in play earlier. Hopefully to get, you know, value next turn that's better than 5, you know, maybe even by playing double defend, or to more reliably get a self-repair double play off, which is better than 5. But yeah, okay, so we're double playing something here, huh? We could just do this, double play it now so that very later on we can get a Sunder off. Because we don't need to double play defense or anything. So, 52 health we have, right? We are low on energy. We have a turbo, but I'm wondering if Steam Barrier is good. With 0 energy and Runic Pyramid, we can play it at the right time. It helps us manage our hand size, you know, because it's something we can... One trick I've learned recently is, like, if you can manipulate your, like, draws and reshuffles, and then, like, by not playing Steam Barrier, if you, like, want to intentionally clog your hands, and then Steam Barrier following that. I don't know if that's ever going to become relevant. It was a moment when I had played Nightmare on a silent run where I realized, like, a buddy of mine told me that you can manipulate your hand size by holding on to 0 cost cards to make sure that the card that you Nightmare, you can actually fit all 3 copies in your hand. Alright, so this says 48, so we're going to be doing 52. Suppose we can just kill this fella. We could also, like... No, let's kill him. I suppose it doesn't hurt to just let him self-repair. And we can have this Sunder back just in case. Just in case this turn doesn't look good. It does not look good. So we'll just go ahead and self-repair. Do this. Okay. These cards are all upgraded. I don't have a Molten Egg. This is AoE, right? So that's a consideration. Other than that, you know, Rebound is just phenomenal. I could Rebound a Sunder sometimes if I have Turbo in play, or in hand. And it is an attack that does 12 damage, so I think that's relevant. And perhaps the AoE fights are solved by Sunder and Rebound, you know, against Slavers, for example. If I can, like, rebound the Sunder to kill one of them and then be able to reliably kill the other one on the following turn, that's, like, kind of AoE damage, right? It's AoE damage if you think about it, or if you don't think about it. Again, no reason not to just hold the self-repair. Alright, so this is 6 and then 5. I don't have any draw, so I can't do any funny things with rebound. So to block the most, I must... probably just do this, right? He's going to get hit for 9 plus 16. Which is 25, is going to be down to 15, so I kind of don't want to do any damage. Let's just not do any damage. Echo Form, and then self-repair, and get out of here. Okay. I could take Sweeping Being plus anyways. Like, am I on, what, Ascension... below Ascension 12? Upgraded cards appear less often on Ascension 12. When Sweeping Beam is not up against a Rebound Plus, perhaps I do think about taking it. And then we can even, with that, go into the Super Elite, potentially. Alright. Okay. Didn't really want to shop, but... Equilibrium doesn't have the utility value because I have Runic Pyramid, so it's just like a clunky card. Costs 2. It's like slightly better than Defend, like 2 defends. Enlightenment. That's kind of funny. What about Enlightenment? It's a lot of gold. It's a lot of gold for what I don't think is very often very valuable. Kind of does what I have Turbo in my deck to do. Which is make high cost cards easier to play. Perhaps I just remove? Still no focus, so I'm not very interested in adding a cool-headed. Especially since I have Runic Pyramid and the draw is not as important. Oh, that's kind of a sad shot. That's okay. 53 for Streamline. What about taking that, you know, I'm kind of using my Act 1 mindset, you know? Get the front-loaded damage in there so that you can get through the elites that are, like, an imminent threat. Does adding this Streamline with things like Beam Cell, Rebound, and Hologram in my deck, and a Turbo, like, with Pyramid, is that improving my deck here? I want to say it is for the very short term, and then it's like, you know, when my deck does like some crazy shit later, it's clunky. Like it prevents me from scaling, but what's the scaling I'm doing? Echo forming? Let's take it for the short term value. Apparitions can be very good with Echo Form, and I could, like, theoretically be intangible for 6 turns. $38 max HP. So I'm paying 5 HP, and of course, you know, the max HP cost, obviously. It would be nice to upgrade these ASAP. Yeah, perhaps I do that. What are my upgrades? Here. Maybe there's an argument to go this direction instead of the extra elite. I'm going to take them. They are good. They're blocking for a ton here, right? Perhaps a ton, if I get an apparition to start next turn. Let's draw that, what do you call it? We did not draw it, which is unfortunate. We can defend for quite a bit. Which I think we have to do. Perhaps even, like, Turbo. Defend. I could Turbo Hologram into a defend. Because I'm taking... $31. And it gives me a bit of hand size, which could be kind of important. To give me a chance to draw that apparition right now. Oh god, why? Sweeping Beam twice gives me a chance to draw it. 2 chances. And then what do I do for the rest of the fight? I have the hand space, right? Yes, I do. Alright. He's not weakening me, so Sunder is doing 32. I'll rebound it. Rebounds will do 18. On whoever I beam cell, right? I can't rebound it. I don't have the energy. Okay, well, I mean, let me just make sure I don't forget to do this, right? I could static discharge here. That could be something. What if I just did that? I think that might be right. Don't. Steam barrier, that would defeat the purpose of that beam cell. I mean, this is the only guy that's not in Sunder range, right? So I guess I'm just going to hit him. Alright. Sunder will only play once, I believe, and then it'll maintain Echo Form as a result. And then I can double play Self Repair. And then 2 energy left. If I kill this guy with my 2 energy, I let the lightning orbs kill this guy. Oh, okay, Sunder first. Double Self Repair. Very nice. Okay, I mean, perhaps I overthought that. Charge battery. Alright. For the energy, perhaps? Charge battery for the energy. Yeah. Sure. Go to the super elite. Yeah, I think the apparition upgrades are super important. Helps me double play them, you know? Gross. Okay. I think we've won this fight. Let's do this while he's still vulnerable. I like want to work out a way to hologram the Sunder, right? And if I block for 12, so if I charge battery, defend hologram, that is going to be 12, 15. I take 9, which, I mean, perhaps I can get it all back through clever self-repairing techniques. It's looking unlikely. I mean, I don't think there's any world where I have time to play Echo Form, wait a turn, and then play Self-Repair, so I think I can pretty safely just decide to get out of here. 32 will put him to 8. Yeah. Okay. Got her Swift Pot back. Oh man, this charge battery's upgraded? Damn. want to swap those two. Multicast, still terrible. Wish I would get, like, a different rare card. I think we have to really start thinking about how we're scaling. Okay. Nice. Very nice. Hey, Elf Repair. Thank you for the raid. How'd your run go? Did you do another Ironclad run after that, what do you call it, Dead Branch run that you had going? Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like go in between wanting to take time and wanting to just like chill. So right now I'm like kind of feeling pretty excited about this particular run, so I am taking my time here. Thinking about how I can double play this self-repair. For value, you know, I think I'm going to get hit and then he's going to die to static discharge here, so yeah, I don't think it's happening. Probably just kill here. Boot sequence with Runic Pyramid can be a thing that is what some would consider good. I'm not sure. Especially with Bag of Prep, actually. Yeah, I think this is definitely the pick. We're still not choosing any real good scaling options, but we certainly have all the time in the world to theoretically scale as soon as we find it. Apparitions, starting boot sequence. Echo form is what could help us scale. Alright, Elf Repair. Sounds good. Thanks for the raid. Really appreciate it. And if you're one of the raiders, welcome. What am I trying to decide? What if I should use Fire Potion? I mean, does Strength Pot do anything for me? My damage output is Sunder. So I think Strength Pot's pretty useless. And then, yeah. Oh, it's a shame we're not getting confused. Too bad. Let's just do this. Alright, really no need to play self-repair twice. I just need to make sure I draw it next turn. And I don't, which is fine. Genetic algorithm? Yeah. I mean, I'm going to take genetic algorithm. Again, it's not really what I need, but it's certainly good. What I need is the scaling. It's another way to get time. So we are so ready to find some scaling. Does a shop help me get scaling with a frozen egg? I do like the idea of the extra apparition upgrade. Maybe even genetic algorithm upgrade, although what does that do? I don't have what's that relic that everyone says would be good here? Calipers or something? So I would upgrade genetic algorithm right away for like those mid like scaling fights where it's like, oh, it's nice that it plays for 9 and then 12 or whatever it may be, 10 and then 13 for 23 block, but then it very quickly becomes a useless upgrade because I'm going to like, hey, thanks for the follow, me alpha. Like it's very quickly gonna not matter anymore because when do you really need to block for 50 and then 53 for 103 total block? You know, turn 2 of Reptomancer. I think it's fine. I mean, we have so much time that I can get it to be good. Quick enough. Oh! Ooh. Whoa. With Clockwork Souvenir? That's my scaling. It's a shame I can't double play it, though. But, I mean, I could just double play it. Have 10 focus, and if I have Clockwork Souvenir still in play, it'll just be -1 focus per turn. And now we want to find Frost Orbs. Yeah, Bias Cog. And then a Glacier later, for sure. Alright, I'm glad I went to that shop. And let's upgrade those apparitions like we discussed. And we will be chillin', I would dare to say. Uh-huh. Yo, where's all my good shit? Alright. Just gonna double play self-repair next turn. Maybe I'll double play apparition. Although it doesn't really seem necessary. We've got 7 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we kind of need to just turbo something so that we can guarantee a genetic algorithm. Turbo, and then, like, I guess we can play this apparition. Oh, shit. Oh, he's dead. No! Forgot about thorns. Oh, this is terrible. I shouldn't have, I should not have, play that bias cog. It just seemed fun, you know? It's like, oh, hey, look, I've got an artifact. I'm gonna play bias cog. Whee! Terrible. Yeah, he takes 16 and then hits himself for 9. I mean, I'm in such good shape. I'm, like, almost tempted to just draw, use the Swift pot, just get this played once. Skim. I mean, Skim. What do we think about Skim? Are we too clogged? Maybe we're too clogged for Skim to be good, but it could just be in our deck and be fine. And maybe I double play Turbo with Echoform in play, and then Skim and play a bunch of other cards. I don't know. Could have thought about that a little bit more, but again, don't care. Apparitions. Let's go. Alright. Alright, now I'm doing the thing. And I don't want to play it twice. I think that would be annoying. Just like apparition twice this whole fight. Could static discharge twice, actually, and just this turn play 1 apparition. Make this go by a little quicker. Yeah, that was cool. I could play self-repair right now. I mean, who cares? Am I going to take more than, what is it, 4 damage the rest of this fight? I'm gonna just assume I'm not. Alright. Let's do this. And let's just do this. And I think we're chilling. Sweet. Anything left to do? We got genetic algorithm played. Double Echo Form? Double Echo Form. Core Surge is also a thing that allows us to more reliably do bias cog things. Like, turn, like, against the heart, it might be difficult to draw bias cog. I don't care about the vulnerable, so I would certainly play the bias cog if I drew it turn 1, but if I don't, you know, maybe Core Surge helps me get it in play. Double Echo Form? Do I care about double Echo Form? Like, the thing with double Echo Form is, like, when you draw cards that you want multiple played twice, like if I drew 2 apparitions and, you know, I really wanted to be intangible for a long time, the problem is I would have to have double Echo Form and play to play them both, because I would discard them, right? But I have Pyramid, so maybe I don't care about double Echo Form. Like, I have so much time with a single Echo Form to double play Apparition. You know, a genetic algorithm even gives us enough block for a turn. Yeah, I think I like Core Search. And then there's our orb slots. So we've got focus, we've got orb slots, we've got all the time in the world to scale. Now we just need like 1 frost card, like a glacier, and I think this run is taken care of. Okay. Very nice. Very nice. And what's the plan? This shop? So we don't want to go to either of these shops. I guess we could figure out what our upgrade is versus the value of elite at that point. But yeah, I don't want to go to that shop, so it's one of these two, and they look like the same. So let's just do this. And then... yeah. We don't have any apparitions. Maybe this is the type of turn that we're trying to solve. Like, what do we add to our deck to make this turn better? And the answer is Seek. A Seek would, like, just totally fix all my problems. So Seek would be huge, but you can't just say, oh, I want to Seek. That'd be nice, right? We all just want to Seek. You know what would be good here is like a level 30 Searing Blow. It's too bad I don't have one of those, you know? So I guess we're doing the thing where we tank with our face and then double play self repair later. There's like not even a block card in our draw pile. not at risk of, like, killing him too soon, I don't think. Alright, is that all the things we need to do? Self-repair and genetic algorithm, right? Put this on 1. Yeah, see? Tank with your face plan. It's perfect. $22 puts this guy at 32, which kind of is perfect. Let's just do this then. Okay. I think we can do better than 2 block. Uh, 22 plus 18 is 40. Ooh. Punished. I was punished for that play. Hmm. Sunder, where are you? Yo, where? What? Where are my apparitions? Seek. I need a seek. Damn it. Alright, how do we get out of this? Turbo. Yeah. This is not even lethal. Maybe we, actually Swift Pot here, which is tragic. Yeah, we need to stop, with these bad draws. Guess the question now is, what do I get out of my hands to make space for 3 cards, right? I'm at 10 right now, so gotta play 2 of them. And defending doesn't seem useful if my plan here is to get an apparition, but I could also brick and not get apparitions from this Swift Pot. I already have enough damage for Sunder to be an out, so maybe, I guess, the draw that I have to worry about is like defend hologram. Or even worse would be like self-repair, hologram, defend. Hologram I could get skip. So defend, self-repair. What if I got defend, self-repair? Or defend, Ascender's Bane. I guess the solution at that point would be a Fire Pot, right? 22 plus 14 is 36. Maybe I would even genetic algorithm something. Or play genetic algorithm. And charge battery. So I could do this. Yeah, hitting this guy puts him in fire pot range, and he's doing the most damage. This guy's already in Sunder range, so I don't feel like doing the extra damage to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Okay. Whew. Alright, maybe I just like play Bias Cognition, Genetic, or Bias Cognition Core Surge with the hologram to make some space to make sure I definitely draw into another apparition. So, ooh, Streamline is doing 15. Then I'm stuck at 8 cards in hands, which I don't think I'm allowed to do. Gotta make the space. Okay. He's not gonna kill himself, is he? That's not how that works. No. Okay. Cool. Very nice, very nice. Let's just get rid of this defense. Never gonna do anything, nor is the steam barrier. Okay. Cool. It's an interesting deck to pilot, I'll say. Requires some thought, you know? And then these sticky situations, you can weasel your way out if you just have some patience. So this is a slow run. This is an elf repair type of run over here, which I say with genuine respect. Do I care about anything anymore? Genetic algorithm is in play. Bolt healing. I don't know. Oh, this is something I cared about. Oops. Recycle. Ooh. Recycle is something, huh? It's just energy, is what it is. Bias Cog Plus. Like, maybe I can double Core Surge and play Bias, like, play one Bias Cog one turn and then another Bias Cog the following turn. Maybe I can play an early Bias Cog with the Clockwork Souvenir, and then with Echo Form, play a double Core Surge one turn, and then a double Bias Cog the following turn. That sounds like a way to get a ton of focus, but is that a way to win the run? Because sometimes you have enough focus and you need to do other things, like reliably play cards by having an energy in your hand with Recycle. Oh, nice. It's always great to get a fruit juice when you, in this situation, when you only have one potion slot. I'm not going to travel immediately to the boss, and, you know, there's a risk I don't afford orange pellets. It's a low risk, but, you know, there's still, like, Mind Bloom to be had, right? Okay. Touche, game. Touche. And you give me some good shit, so actually, joke's on you, game. Gotcha. What did I say? I just needed the one frost orb. Evil Screamer. Title R, are you here to harass me again? Yesterday, you just jump in and accuse me of leaving my BRB sign up, and now you're calling me Evil Screamer? Is this gonna be a thing? This feud that we have? You're here to bully newbie streamers. How do you know I'm not actually a secret, like, veteran streamer that, you know, I've been working behind the scenes for, like, you know, I could be an FBI plant here to expose streamer bullies, you know? Did you think about that? Do you think the FBI has, like, an interest in exposing streamer bullies? Yeah, did you see the stream title? I've got a nice new light. You are the FBI. Okay, well, did you know it's illegal to claim you're the FBI if you're not actually the FBI? So, I got you again, idiot. It's not a ring light. It's like a rectangle actually. Dang it! you're in the UK. Crap. I'll get you. I'll send the what is it? Interpol? I have no idea. I'm just saying things. I am an ignorant American. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just this. Have I been around much of the USA? You know, I've done my tour. And by tour I mean like jumped around the Midwest here. Like, all right, fine. I'm gonna say it. I'm in Chicago. I've doxed myself. There's my Chicago stuff. And then, you know, I lived in Michigan for a bit. I lived in St. Louis for a bit, and then I actually. You fucking knew I was a Chicagoan? What does that even mean? I want to unpack that, but to finish answering your question, I also spent 2 years in California, which was awesome. All right, now what do you mean you knew I was a Chicagoan? It's because of how respectful I am and how polite, and other reasons. Let's see, I do have just the one bias cog. Perhaps I'm content with just playing it once, because I'm running out of time. I am kind of running out of time here, is what a coward would say. You're good at finding out. Okay. I mean, I'm from Chicago. I'm from the suburbs of Chicago, so this is home. I wanted to always be back here, you know? Work made me move. My first job was in St. Louis out of school, and then my next job was in Michigan, and then I was able to live back in Chicago for a bit, and then I got a job in California, and then I got a job in Illinois, which I was happy about. And now I have a job playing slay the Spire in front of an audience of jerks. Just kidding, just kidding. There's I think there's a few viewers in here, some lurkers that are, I'm sure, very kind people. I am a mechanical engineer, or I was. I bounced around in a couple things. I started off with electrical connectors. And so I did product design engineering. And I worked in automotive. Actually, sorry, my first job in St. Louis was I was doing something called FEA, which is finite element analysis. And I used that to analyze like nozzles on pressure vessels to make sure they were meeting the American Society of Mechanical Engineering boiler and pressure vessel code. There's a chapter in there. Okay. I don't think everyone's here to listen about that, but yeah, there's a chapter in there about like qualification by analysis. So companies would hire this tiny company that I worked for to do these analysis and prove that their pressure vessels were all right. But I only did that for a year before moving on to working on electrical connectors. I worked at a company called Molex, which, I mean, if you're like a big computer nerd, you might, you know, I think there's some people that are familiar with them that are hobbyists. You know, you can go to your electronics store and get a Molex connector. And then what else? Then, yeah, my next job was actually at SpaceX. Which I know is like the evil emperor is the king of that place, so I do have a bit of shame in admitting it, but I worked on the Starship program, which is famous for blowing up, and I can tell you I am not the one personally responsible for the blowing up of the Starship. And then, of course, I got canned, because that's what happens when you work at SpaceX, you get canned. And then... yeah, you know, it was something I was really proud of initially. I went in there like mid crazy Elon phase 2, you know? Like he had his initial phase where he was like cool and people like thought he was like, oh, Iron Man or whatever. You know, and then he said the thing about what? Like he tweeted about the rescue diver that's like saved the stranded children in the cave, and he called him like a pedophile or something, and that was like the first crack in his craziness. So that was the start of phase 1 of Elon craziness. And then I started working for him in 2021 at the end of that phase, and my career at SpaceX transcended his phase 1 to phase 2 transition, being where he purchased Twitter. That was the thing that really put him into phase 2 crazy. And then phase 3 crazy was supporting Donald Trump. And so I got out before that, and, you know, I'm glad I worked there. It was quite an experience. It's very cool to say that I worked on the Starship rocket. But I much prefer being a streamer and talking to you guys and hanging out and playing this video game here. So I shall continue to do that. And that's pretty much my life story from like 2014 up until now. Oh gosh, I hate when I do this. I get sidetracked and then I don't know if Echo Form is in play. I have 0 energy, so I doubt that I need to worry about Echo Form in this instance. Probably just going to... yeah. Let's play Double Apparition. Am I like running out of time here? I don't know if I scale enough properly. Yeah, maybe I give up on like the uber scaling and just do Core Surge Bias Cog just for a bit. So that Well, that glacier, if I can do the crazy double core surge, double bias cog, by the time I get to that glacier, maybe that is my solution. And I have apparitions in time to do that, so I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, I kind of think now if I just play double glacier next turn, then I have successfully outscaled this nerd. $48? Nah, not quite. Guess I'll have to play another. How embarrassing for me. Yeah, because now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 12. That'll do it. I have outscaled him. And I am going to leave this fight at 40 HP, which is fine. I just want to get freaking lightning orb somewhere. Where's Zap? And this is on 1. So, good fight. Was not perfect. But what are you going to do? Capacitor doesn't really seem necessary at all. Yeah, that's more like it. Give me that Echo Form. You know, I sort of figured that would happen. Why? I mean, like, I knew that would happen. Like, I was like, I actually thought, like, oh, it's fine. I could recycle and then hologram, but now I have to use a freaking potion. Which I think I did. Whoops. That was not my proudest moment. Does a man like me have brown? You know what? Damn, I'm trying to think of a good comeback. Shit. You're gonna get banned one of these days, Title R. One of these days, I swear. I love the energy. Thank you, by the way. Thank you for insulting me. That's very kind. Helps my brand, you know? Maybe that could be my thing. That could be my niche, you know? Oh shit. Am I trying to do anything? No. Trying to get the hell out of here. Alright, so what was I saying? Like, I want to understand the value of Campfire versus Elite at this moment, and I think that upgrading Turbo, it's fine, but Elite, though? What about, like, risks from the Elite fights? Do I care about that? Like, am I spooked by, Reptomancer? Like maybe, so I feel like decks like these, like you have such incredible scaling potential. You just need to not get hit for 100 on turn 2. If I had a Seek, I would do it, right? I mean, Seek puts so many more ways for my deck to be shuffled that I survive turn 2. Because I just need to get Seek turn 1 or turn 2, or one of these apparitions turn 1 or turn 2. I do have a Swift Pot to maybe help with that issue. So, yeah. Any upgrades though? Let me just think through that once more. Any upgrades? Yeah, Turbo is the only thing that's only kind of feeling like a useful upgrade. Kutchus Arturo, welcome. How are you? We are in the middle of a pretty solid defect run where, you know, I've got Echo Farm. Echo Farm Apparitions, Genetic Algorithm, these are the things that give me time, right? Apparitions and Genetic Algorithm, so I have all the time in the world to scale. And the scaling comes from Core Surge, Bias Cognition, Loop, and then get a Glacier in play. And we're grooving, you know? The problem that this deck has is like awkward turn 1 and 2 and 3. I don't know. Like if I just whiff on all the things that are supposed to give me time, that's the only challenge I think I have left to solve. And it's not, you know, it's very often I don't have that issue. I would just like to get rid of like all 3 rows of these cards. Don't even need self-repair anymore. So like, yeah, Seek would be incredible. Ow, ow, ow. Yeah, like what the hell? What is going on here? Nope, none of those. Well, let's make room in our deck, or in our hands. Ooh, we can just play Static Discharge, take one here. Incredible play. Why take one when you can take 0? That's what I always say. Crush Arturo, how do you like the lighting? Is it like, are you overwhelmed by like the beauty? That was a softball for title R there. Sorry, you're in a game. That's alright. Dota 2 though, huh? That's what you're playing? That's cool. Too much Chicago, not enough Pittsburgh. Yeah. Do you like the glare that my poster has with the light that I installed? It's like, oh, I know. I'll do these 2 things to improve my stream, and then like they immediately just like work together to make it, you know, make my stream worse. While you're playing, I could regale us with more fascinating stories from my thrilling life. Ooh, that is tempting. I'm like worried that you're like creating some sort of profile on me that could be dangerous. Oh, hey, another guy came in here asking about Streamboo. Luckily, I have Streamboo banned. People of interest get profile. All right, well, I feel like I've already told you about my entire life in that 2 minutes. Like, what else? What else could I possibly say? I think really all I've accomplished is to like make this video impossible for me to put on YouTube. With sharing my life story. Because this is like a juicy run. I suppose it's kind of a boring run, maybe? Like boringly overpowered. Where's the coolest place you have been? Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, like... Oh, you know what? You know what's cool is... So, I did marching band. That's not it. There's more to the story. I know so far I haven't sold you on this being a cool story. But I did marching bands, right? I did it in high school. I did it in college. And I was in the U.S. high school thing. Yeah. Yeah, drums and stuff. Like, so it kind of goes hand to hand with American football, right? The marching bands performs often a pre-game show before the game and at halftime. More so high school and college level. Pros don't really have marching bands, but yeah, the interesting part of this story is that we did a trip to Ireland my senior year in college, and we marched in the St. Patrick's Day parade in Dublin, which is pretty cool. I was in that parade. So, yeah, that trip I look back fondly on. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and we did like a whole, like, it wasn't just for us to perform. It was like a trip for us. Like, we got to enjoy Ireland, and we did this whole bus tour. Saw some castles, saw some beautiful country. Yeah, it's great. I love Ireland. Perhaps I'll go back there one day. Olympic National Park. Okay, I'm not really even familiar with that, to be honest. Is that where they host the Olympics every year? No. Okay. We're thinking of different Olympic national parks. Links are not banned, if you have my permission. I don't know. Like, they're not technically banned. Anyone can do it. Alright, I'm opening this link. Very nice. Yeah, I see that. You've traveled through a lot of Europe, but not the US yet. Yeah, I've also made it to Korea and China, but that was like a business trip, and it was 100% work, so it's not much to talk about, unfortunately. I do not have Echo Phone in play here. Let's just get this out of our hand. We want Loop to be on it anyways. And we can make some hand space by doing this. And I don't know about self-repair. Get out of here. If you had to choose one for the rest of your life, would you prefer your whole body be sticky, slimy, or lubricated forever? That is a good question. I mean, it's a terrible question, but it's a difficult question. Slimy feels simultaneously both sticky and lubricated. Good point. So I suppose the answer is slimy, because then you can have all three. Is that what you're trying to say, Cutchus Arturo? He's a slime lover. You can't just say that about my other chatters, Tyler. Alright, I need you to be supporting the stream. Oh, you dig it. Okay, cool. Well, in that case, it's fine. I'm not intangible next turn. And I did not do the thing I did last time against this guy where I double played the whatchamacallums. So I need to probably double play Glacier. And like double play Glacier next turn. Alright, so what's my situation here? I've got 7 times 8, 7 times 10. 70. Hey, alright, we've done it. Now we just need to get that extra orb slot and put a frost orb in it. A lightning orb. Did I say frost orb? Well, that is actually a very good question, Title R, because I'm going to increase the length of streams as I get through more and more of the, get more comfortable, really. I want to get into a cadence of doing video editing and getting regular YouTube uploads, but I'm still in a learning how to edit phase. I've only done one YouTube video, and I'm, like, working on a second one. Like, that's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow morning. So the short answer is right now I'm streaming 3 hours, right? From 4 to 7 Central Time. But in the future, perhaps more. And long term, maybe I can get like a team, like, you know, hire a video editor if this thing really gets off the ground. But I mean, you know, not everyone can make it as a streamer. Obviously, what is it, like 0.01% can do it full time? Yeah, I'm certainly hoping for it, and I appreciate your support. So all of the you know, mean comments are just in jest. I really do support you you being here. Oh, thanks. Thanks, I appreciate that, Titler. Alright. Okay. I mean, is cool-headed a solution to my problems? I mean, again, not going to complain too much about my problems, but it was those, like, turn 2 things where it's like, I don't have the cards I want. What if I can draw 2 more cards in those instances? That helps me get those cards, right? Helps me get the aberration. So I'm going to go for it. There's also, like, long-term, like, oh, I recycle my whole deck down and I just have, like, cool-headeds and glaciers to play, and I don't even know. Maybe cool-headed streamlines. 173. Yeah. That's enough. Amplify. Meh. This is not terribly impressive. Could amplify. It'd be a good way to, like, double play some of these powers if Echo Form is on bottom. But it's also a thing that gets in the way of me drawing apparitions exactly when I need them. So it's like doing the opposite of what Cool-Headed does. So I don't like it. Removing a card, on the other hand, does help. And I feel like both strikes and defense are equally useless. But I have more defense, so I'm going to remove one. And these potions are also useless. Let's keep on going here. Yeah, still no upgrades that are terribly impressive. Yo. The hell. Alright, so this is that situation I was talking about. It's not so bad. It's only hitting me for 21. I can recycle a streamline. This is why we had to recycle, right? For these awkward turns where it's difficult to play Echo Form. I'm not convinced that I won't want to play double self-repair. I'm convinced. What a fun deck. Wham, 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 wham. We can't really do anything about inserter here. I mean, I could, theoretically, but I really, really don't want to. Aggregate. Gets in the way. Gets in the way. So, no thank you. Alright, what do we got here? This guy's gonna try to frail me. So, I may want to just play Bias Cog now. I kind of don't want to. Oh, I can't do it right now. It'd be really awkward. I have to be like reaching to adjust the light, but I do want some feedback on the light at some point. So in general, I'm not going to fix it now, but do you guys have any feelings already of like, is it too much? The light is perfect. Okay. Like I can adjust the like warmth of it too. It can be like right now it's like kind of a warm light. It's not the warmest it could be, but like I can make it like just pure white light also. And then brightness, of course. Tungsten is cozy. Is tungsten some sort of light specification or something that I'm not familiar with? Was that a color? I'm thinking of the element, you know? I'm thinking of tungsten rod. I'm like, I don't have tungsten rod. What are you talking about? Warm white lighting. Okay. Yeah, it's like, it's not giving me like a tungsten setting. It's actually like some temperature setting, some like, what, 3000K to 7000K or something, and it's a spectrum, so maybe I'll look up what tungsten is and what the corresponding setting would be. That's a good idea. Fruit juice, okay. Ooh. Heat sinks. I'm not sure if heat sinks is good because like it's it's like playing the powers that I want to do. I don't have like an overwhelming amount, and by the time the powers are played, I think I'm set. And so it's just one more card to put on top of my apparitions. Oh, that's tough. You ever played Dota 2 or similar? I had a run where I was playing Heroes of the Storm, and I played it for like 3 months and I quit. I didn't like how, like, you weren't allowed to be bad and try to learn, you know? You just get harassed by all your teammates for being a noob and sucking. Because people were just, like, so, like, desperate to climb the ladder, and, like, you know, they never would, like, self-reflect and ask, why am I being placed in this team full of noobs? They would just blame the noobs for them losing. And it was very toxic. So that whole vibe I'm just not into. I will play competitive 1v1 games. So I was into StarCraft 2 for a while, but I wasn't too spectacular at it. It's not anything that I could stream and feel good about. Okay, now I'm forced to choose what shitty upgrade I want. I mean, hologram upgrade, maybe? I can really cycle through the recycling. Yeah, that made sense. I suppose it's fine. Do I want to get rid of it? Do I benefit from it being exhausting? I don't think so. Okay. How do I want to handle this? I could just, like, boot sequence and take 22. I could get rid of loop right away because I have orb slots. Loop is really only important, like, in the heart fight. But even just having one loop in play is all I need, just to get past that beat of death, like, chip damage. And I think I have time to scale the orb slots against this idiot. I will take a bit of damage here. I think that's totally fine. Totally fine. Not sure if that was right, but oh well. All right, there's an apparition. That's nice. I don't really feel like I need to make space in my hands. Just gonna hope Glacier blocks 30. Does it block? I think so. 24. Yep. $34. All right, just need to, yeah, get this stuff in play. I think we're done with defense. Just make some hand space. He is not applying any debuffs, right? So I can do this. And we press E. Just trying to think how I want to end this turn. I don't know. Sure. That's Time Eater, folks. Brought to you by a classic broken defect deck. It is no theme Thursday, so maybe I don't care. Maybe this is fun. All right. Let's do this and this. They don't do any debuffs, right? They don't do any debuffs, so I could just Core Surge here and chill until I can Echo Form the Bias Cut. I think I'm gonna do that. Am I crazy? Is that crazy? I don't know. Also, I have Eternal Feather, so like, as long as I just don't die. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Title R. True, yeah. And, you know, my plan was like, oh, I'm playing Slay the Spire. I can just talk about my engaging, you know, gameplay. Like, oh, geez. Like, oh, I can play Core Surge. But, yeah, there are those moments with Time Eater. I need to make that a priority. Think about some topics, you know? Maybe I can come up with some jokes. Jokes. I heard people like jokes. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. Right. Yeah. I'm with you on that. For sure. For sure. Oh, you know what I should have done? And this is maybe something that's happened in earlier streams if you caught them, is like ask weird questions about the enemies themselves. Like, what do you think like Time Eater has against time exactly? Like what's that about? See if I can get some clever responses from chat. So far, Title R is the only one talking, so probably not a good idea. You are what you eat. He is time? Oh. Would you want to become time? I don't know. Sounds stressful. Also, oops. It's alright. I'm still alive. What did I do with my, like, apparitions? What is going on here? Being time is too much work, you think? Yeah, I can see that. Alright, let's just get Glacier back, Apparition into Glacier, and then I think we're out of here. Do we have Loop Blade? No. Yeah, so 42, I'm blocking. What is the best physical non-intimate sensation? E.g., eating perfect food, drinking water, going into shower? Ooh, that is a good question. I love the going to bed when you're really tired. You know, like when you're trying to get out of bed in the morning and you're miserable and it's like the bed is like the most comfortable thing that you could ever think of. But you had to get out of bed because you have to like be a freaking human being. Which sucks. Well, when you can take advantage of that feeling and like continue sleeping guilt-free, like on a freaking Sunday morning or something, like, oh, that is chef's kiss. So fucking good. Yeah. That's up there for me, and I have thought about that every morning when I struggle to get out of bed. Why? Why? Again, every fucking day. Why? What is your favorite packaging material? Oh god. I need chat to start answering these questions. I think you're trying to like give me the ammo. I should be writing this down, not actually answering. You're dozing off here. Oh man. I'm failing. Hey, at least you're still in the stream, enjoying my amazing content, you know. I'm not hearing from all the people that have left so far, so. I didn't do my after work nap to come here. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, could I be like a, maybe I could do like Slay the Spire ASMR, you know? Like, I'm going to put Loop in play now. Loop's a good card here. Would that put you guys to sleep? The problem is that, you know, when the gameplay is engaging, you know? And of course, in a cohort, the number of active participants is very low, regardless of context. Sorry, forgive me. Define cohort there. Population. Yeah, all right. So, all right, I'm with you. Yeah. So maybe like chat engagement isn't, you know, there's not a one-to-one between chat engagement and quality of content or stream, right? could argue I'm doing just fine when I'm sitting there pressing E against Time Eater and just like picking my nose. Hey, if people are asleep, they're not seeing me pick my nose, you know? Right, it's complex and multivariate. That's what I'm trying to say. I have nothing that I need to improve on, okay? So I don't want to hear it anymore. No improvement needed. It's complex and multivariate. So get off my back. All right. Oops, this is not on the wrong. This is not on the correct number, unfortunately. Does this matter? I like kind of just have max HP whenever I decide to use this. Maybe I'd use this like if I get like a toy ornithopter or something. Like I'm pretty sure with Eternal Feather, I go to max HP and then I have 52. Or I use it now, I have 52, and this brings me up to 52 anyways. I know streams with 3K average CCV that have like 20, 30 average chatters per minute, and streams with 1 to 2K average CCV which have 100 and 200 average chatters per minute. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not like too stressed about it. I'm just like, I at least have to say something during that Time Eater fight. It was the follow-up to that situation when we started like brainstorming shit I could say, and then we started saying those things and actually accidentally actively participating ourselves in those things, and then it was like, oh shit, no one's actually talking. Oh, thanks, Tyler. Yeah. Again, I'm like struggling with this problem where I don't have any like really useful upgrades. Guess it's time for turbo. I mean, I suppose I can just try to get one of these potions to do something. Perhaps there's nothing else in this shop worth considering. Ori, my beloved, yeah. Definitely super useful in the Act 4 shop. Okay, this guy likes to do some debuffing, so I think I want to not greed this and just play this bias cock here. Yeah. Can I do better than 2 block with this defend? Is it going to clog my deck? Clog my hand, rather. Alright, so what do we got? What do we got? Apparition. Lovely. Who needs a Seek? Who needs a Seek? Nobody. Oh, this guy debuffs my focus. Oh, that is so annoying. Oh, wait, no, it's strength. Is it focus? What is happening? Oh. It's random? Oh, okay. Is it... That... Is that true? Alright, I'm gonna look this up after my stream, because, like, I've been playing this game for far too long without actually properly knowing what's going on here. And obviously, Title you are not a reliable source. I think you understand that. You get that, right? You get that. Coursers, just to not continue losing focus, I suppose. Ow, ow. Loop. Loop for hand space. $21. I think he's just gonna do 21, right? Maybe I can defend and strike. I know how to raid people, but the last two people I tried to raid, I think had settings. Okay, so, all right, listen, maybe I don't know how to raid people. I tried raiding people, you know, using like /raid in chat and like typing them in. And there's also raid button from the stream manager in Twitch. But I believe the two people I tried to raid, they were not having it. They had settings to prevent that sort of thing, which is unfortunate. Starfire. Okay. Thank you for the recommendation. I said last time that I was like, it was unclear to me who I wanted to raid because I haven't done the proper vetting, you know? Oh. 21 plus 28, 30. All right. Starfire. I trust you, Titler. I'm going to do that. If I go in there and I say Titler sent me, am I going to cause problems for myself? Thank you, Titler, and thanks for joining, and thanks for all the wonderful chatting. I do truly appreciate it. Yo, what the? Get out of here. I'm struggling to get this Echo Form in play. It's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. Is 45 enough? Like, I should say, is 47 enough? No, she's a friend of Cherry Stacks. Lurks. Oh, you didn't just say lurks. You just, like, did some command that says lurks? Huh. Alright, let's dual cast so that we can start looping. And we'll make some hand space here. Finally, Echo Form's in play. No idea. Okay. Stop reducing my focus. Alright, we're on. We have double self-repair. We have this on 1. We have played genetic algorithm, so we are out of here. Turns out perhaps the self-repair may have been a good upgrade. Oops. Do not think I need Blizzard. Do I mind a bit of chip damage? Maybe I want to recycle something that's like a burn or a wound. I could always get it back. It's fine. Just a little bit of chip damage. It's fine. Void, why? Void, why? Very glad we're not frail. What are my... colorless potion options here? Suppose we can just find out. Oh, man. That was secret technique instead. That would have been swell. I don't even have a... I have like 2 attacks in my draw pile. I can draw 2 cards. Put an attack from your draw pile into your hands. I mean, it's a way to get bad draws out of the way, but it stays in my hand, and I think I have hand size issues, do I? Can I do like the Echo Form Core Surge thing? I mean, this isn't very good either. I kind of want to skip. Put an attack. No. Ugh. I mean, what if I... Okay. An apparition doesn't even hardly do much here. Turbo would be, like, the dream. Hologram? Yeah, like, recycle looks kind of tempting, but I don't have a card to recycle to get me to Echo Form, right? I have to play Hologram, which puts me to 1 energy, and then I can only get back up to 2 energy if I, like, recycle a Defend or something like that. It's too bad. Hi, pup. The dog is needing attention at this moment. And meanwhile, I am struggling here. Yes. Put a card back on top of your draw pile. So I suppose it doesn't really matter much. Just redraw Echo Form, I guess. Is recycle, or is hologram rather, important to have specifically to play like a glacier in quick succession? Like maybe that's a thing I have to worry about. And so to just hologram for 5 block here, I could recycle a one of these 2 cards, or I can recycle the wound for permanent hand space. Yeah, I mean, that does something. It's 5 block right now. Kind of. Because once I recycle something, I mean, that's 2 the beat of death to play it, and then the beat of death to play the recycle. I'll end up with like 10 block. Maybe I just grab something and hold. Might want recycle next turn for energy. True, yeah. So I could just hold recycle and not play it. I like that. Just get a bit of the block right now. We're definitely trying to play Echo Form next turn, so... Echo Form, recycle something, play Apparition. Yeah, there we go. Recycle this Strike. Doesn't seem to be doing much. Echo Form, then Apparition. Alright. I think we're gonna want a Swift Pot, like, next turn. But I have nothing really for good scaling here, except for the Core Surge for a future double Bias Cog. It's just, I go down to 14 if I do that. Does it matter if I'm at 14? I'm trying to play double Apparition next turn with Swift Pot. And then do my scaling from there. So maybe it doesn't matter. It's just more important to get those 2 artifacts. I could charge battery turbo, like charge battery for the additional energy next turn because I won't have turbo, and use turbo now to make hand space for next turn. Because otherwise, what I'm just doing, what defends at self repair. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 9. I would be only at 6 cards. I would still have 6 cards in hand, is what I mean. Even like going less than 5 cards so that I don't have to play so many cards. Yeah, I want to play turbo now to get all the cards out of my hand so that I'm free to Swift Pot next turn. I think that's what I'm doing here. So let's play this first so that I don't take chip damage. And I suppose I don't really need defends if I'm taking 15, like 1 times 15. I could like rebound something, but no, that makes it difficult to ensure that I get an Apparition. So this for the energy, because I'm not gonna be able to turbo next turn. play this now so I avoid the chip damage. I don't have loop in play, so I don't see the point of dual casting just yet. So let's just get this out of my hands. I suppose I could just as well just Swift Pot right now. Swift Pot right now. I'll be at 7 with 2 energy. Maybe I can get a daze and a burn, I guess is the argument. So it'll discard themselves. Is that wrong? Like... Hey, check out what I just drew. I could still very much whiff next turn is the problem. Bias Kai. I want to double play this. So maybe let's just rebound and go next. Otherwise we're taking a bit of chip damage. I'm tempted to bias cog right now. Go down to 11. And then, like, just genetic algorithm. Oh, that's not enough. He's doing 60. I'm looking at this like he's doing 45. He's not. It's difficult to make the right play here, but on the other hand, I feel good. Like, feel good about what's going on. Not clear on what the right play is, though. Because there's so many things I want to play twice. I want to have this for the next cycle, and I think we have so much time if I'm doing that we're just good here. I mean, still don't have loop in play, but I'm gonna play this anyways just to get it out of my hands. Okay, now we bias cog twice. Or do we just loop twice? Doesn't really matter. I guess I get the lightning damage if I bias cog first. But now we take a bit of chip damage, which maybe is okay. $90, huh? Kind of like already blocked that, don't I? It's interesting. Almost. I almost blocked that. Yeah, I mean, I think like all this is just whatever at this point. Could just double streamline to make it cost 0. That's something. Double streamline and then genetic algorithm. Hold on to apparition for yet another couple of cycles. Right, because it's 90. Totally gonna have enough, so let's just do this. Do this, I suppose. And we're good. Good to just, I don't know, double sunder. Maybe I'm worried about getting stuff out of my hand again. Want to be very careful to always make sure there's a Frost Orb in front, because I cannot afford to take chip damage from Beat of Death. So maybe just like for safety, I can double play dual cast here. But I want to do a little bit of damage eventually, so let's do this. And yeah, again, I want to just get hand size, so let's keep on going here. Okay, that's actually fine. $120, huh? Do I have enough? 7 times 12 is what? Feels like I have more than enough. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 80, 96. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Easy. We are out of here. GG's. All right.